For over 400 years, millions of African Americans were enslaved, enduring unimaginable hardships and injustices. Yet, unlike other communities who have suffered and received reparations, African Americans are still waiting for justice. This is the story of our struggle and the debt that is long overdue. Slavery began in the United States in the early 1600s, when the first African slaves were brought to Jamestown, Virginia. For centuries, the brutal institution of slavery fueled the economic growth of a young nation. The labor of enslaved Africans created immense wealth for American slaveholders and contributed significantly to the country's economy. Cotton, tobacco, and sugar became the backbone of the American economy, all cultivated by enslaved hands. In 1833, Britain abolished slavery and compensated slave owners for their loss of property. Over 20 million pounds, which is worth $2.4 billion in today's prices, were paid to slave owners while the free slaves received nothing. After World War II, the world recognized the horrors of the Holocaust. Germany paid reparations to Jewish survivors and their descendants, acknowledging the immense suffering and loss. The legacy of slavery continues to affect our African American communities today. Economic disparity, social inequality, and systemic racism are direct descendants of the slave era. After the Civil War, promises of reparations were made to freed slaves, but these promises were never fulfilled. The infamous 40 acres and a mule was a dream that never became reality. Today, the fight for reparations continues. Activists, scholars, and politicians are pushing for justice and recognition of the debt owed to African Americans. Around the world, countries have acknowledged past wrongs and taken steps to make amends. These examples show that reparations are not only possible but necessary. The moral obligation to address the wrongs of the past is undeniable. The suffering endured by millions of enslaved Africans and their descendants demands recognition and redress. Critics argue that reparations are economically unfeasible, but various models show that they can be implemented in ways that are both just and viable. The debt owed to U.S. African Americans for the horrors of slavery is long overdue. Reparations are not just about financial compensation, but about acknowledging a grave injustice and working towards true equality. We owe it to those who came before us and to future generations to right the wrongs of the past. The time for reparations is now.